Hi, this is Chantal from the Purring Cat Studio, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to show you how I made this beautiful little journal. It is with envelopes. I've never really seen anyone do this type of journal with envelopes, not the way I figured this one out. Probably somebody already did. I just never stumbled upon anyone's video doing so. So we use a few techniques here, the tab binding and envelopes to make this beautiful journal. I can't wait to show it to you, and I can't wait to show you how I made it. So if you are curious and you want to see a new way of making journals, how about we meet each other on the other side of the intro? Okay, so this is a lot of fun. I'm going to show you this journal. Oh my God, I'm so in love with it. It is so cute. And listen, I don't know if you hear this. It's like, oh, I just love it. So yes, I did use the tab binding method. So of course, when I show how to make it, I will show you quickly how to do this, just because you know I kind of have to show you. But for those of you who have seen my other video where I do show a tab binding, you already know how to do this. So here we start with this page. Now, the only thing I did not finish yet, because I finished this last night, and I wanted to do the video today, is I will add metal corners like such to my journal. Oh my goodness. It keeps falling. Okay, I will use these metallic corners. I find they protect the journal, and it's also very pleasing to the eye, but I haven't yet, so I will put these aside and I will skip this part. I was just letting you know that the finished product will have metallic corners. So I chose a tiny bit of everything. This here is part of my paper collection. There's stickers, there's Tim Holtz, there's ephemera I purchased online, there's all kinds. This ticket is also part of my paper collection, and I only glued part of it so that I could slip this underneath as an added little journaling space. You know me, I love little secrets everywhere. And of course, I glued this rope underneath everything. So before I even glued anything else, this rope was glued, and then I added the cheesecloth, then I added a Tim Holtz paper, then mine, etc. So the rope goes first, otherwise it would show, and I didn't want it to show. So same thing with the back. Tim Holtz papers, my paper, some ephemera to journal on. I love that. It gives more space to journal on. So, and the rope is attached the same way. So, oops, let me open. Well, okay. So when we open it, I have this tiny little envelope, and inside are a bunch of ephemera that the person can use. So I think that's sweet, and you'll see there's lots of page for journaling. That was the whole point of this mini journal, if you will. So of course you can journal on this, and as you can see, this is an envelope, and you can journal here, and you can journal of course on these journaling cards. And I just took an ephemera, put some eyelet on it, and passed a rope through it, and then tied a knot here, and there you go. So again, this is also a place for journaling, and in this pocket right here you have another card, part of my latest collection. I'm not sure I put it online yet on Etsy. Journaling cards, and there you go, another journaling space. So these pages you can also write on. I find that they are light enough that you can actually write on them, and I chose messages that fit together. Focus on the good, Choose to Shine. There's going to be another one later. Here you can clearly see the tab binding, and these are my tabs. This looks like it's not glued, but it is. I just didn't glue here, but I can add glue after. And so a lot of journaling space, and then pocket up here with a nice tag that you can, of course, journal on. And of course, you could add more in there. There's a lot of space in those pockets. And then there's two pockets here where you can add a lot of, you know, journaling papers. Obviously, there's a lot of space for a lot more. You can write everywhere here. You can write everywhere there. This is really a journal that looks small, but there's so much space for journaling. And another, and these tags are from Kelly's Crafts. And there we go. I could have used mine, but I had those and I thought they fit well. Another journaling space, same thing here. You can always write. This is Tim Holtz paper. A nice little message here, light the way. I love it. More journaling space. You can absolutely glue a nice piece of paper of your choice and write, or just write with a darker pen. Absolutely. And same thing here. I just added tab for interest. Some more journaling space. And some more journaling space here with these papers. And I created this clear pocket right here. And these are pressed flowers that I pressed myself. I did a video lately on how to press flowers with a flower press. And then I laminated some of my flowers. And I decided to make a pocket with a nice piece of paper. And then I added it to this journal, and it's a flip out like this. So now you have journaling space here, here, and here. And of course, in the pocket. And I love how it's see-through. And I love that these flowers are real. Those are really the flowers that I pressed myself and laminated. I absolutely love it. More journaling space. Like I said, this journal is filled with space to write. There's still a lot of space for you to decorate if you wish. And I've created this pocket right here. And this is, of course, paper to journal on. And when you flip it, it's the same on the other side with another piece of paper to journal on. More journaling space. Again, same thing here. You could certainly add a lot more papers right here to journal on. Same thing here. And another journaling card right here. More journaling space. And more journaling space. And this is something I created on an ephemera I purchased. And I decided to make a seal and put a dried flower in it. Of course, it's a real flower. And then I glued everything on a piece of book page. And I put some white gesso, just lightly a little bit everywhere, so that this could also become a writing space. So like I said, it is packed with writing space. And of course, the back that you've seen with more papers to write on. So this is this beautiful little beauty. It is so much fun. I will probably put it on Etsy. I really love it. And I would actually purchase this journal myself. So I'm thinking someone might like this as well. So I'm thinking I will purchase it. No, I can make myself another. I will put it on Etsy because it's absolutely scrumptious. It's cute. It's filled with a lot of stuff already, but so much more you could add. And as usual, anyone who purchases my journal should know by now that there's always a bunch of ephemera that I include because I want you to decorate your own journal as much as you can. Although this one, like I said, it's slightly decorated, but there's still a lot of space for you to do whatever you want with it and a lot of writing space. So let's put this aside and I will show you how I did it. Okay, so here how we do this. I had a bunch of envelopes. Now, because we are doing a tab binding, you don't have to have all of the same envelopes. You really, really don't, because if this was a little longer or a little higher or a little smaller, depending on where you choose to put your tabs, it will work, because I've done journals where the pages were uneven and it always worked. But it just so happened I had the same type of white envelopes, and I think those are envelopes for cards. Yes, they are. And I don't know why I ended up with so many white ones, but I did. So I decided to coffee stain them. So that's exactly what I did. And the beauty of this is, well, most of them got glued automatically when I put the envelope in the coffee. I put coffee in a cookie sheet, and then a cookie sheet, I think. Anyways, no, not a cookie sheet. What's it called? Baking sheet. It has a little lip right on the side. So I put coffee, I put my envelopes like that, and then I put them in the oven to dry. So some of them got glued, and that's fine, because I want some of them to be glued. I don't want 48 pockets to have to fill afterwards, right? And some of them did not glue, or barely, so I was able to like rip them apart, if you will, because they didn't glue completely, and that's perfect because I do want some pockets. So what you do with some of them is you do exactly this. I will just put glue in the middle, like so. Let's get rid of this before it glues something else we don't want to be glued. Okay. So now, once this is glued, let me make sure it's folded properly. Oops. Like so. Okay. So now we have 2 pockets, like so. Here, see? So now we can put ephemera. I do glue this side here, because otherwise it's too open and things will just fall out. So what is it with me? I put so much glue today. I'll have glue everywhere. Okay, hold on. There. Let's just wait till it dries. How is everybody? I hope everybody is good. I know I am. I'm on vacation. I'm starting to slowly calm down, if I can say. Okay, perfect. So let me grab a piece of something to show you. So now we have a pocket here, and we have a pocket here. Personally, I reinforced my pockets, I don't know if you noticed, in the other journal, with tabs like this, because I figured with all the putting in and taking out of papers and ephemera, I was worried that this would get damaged with time. So that was my solution. I thought it looked really cute. It showed that there's a pocket here, and it also serves the purpose of making sure that this will stay solid, right? So I have another one right here, and I could just do the same, right? Fold it and then glue it. I could also fold it this way, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be used as a tab. It will be used as a, I don't know, pocket protector. See, by putting these two just like that, I think it adds interest, and it shows, hello, there's pockets here. So some of them that are not glued, or that you can pray off of the rest of the envelope, you can certainly do that, because then it gives you pockets. So I would choose, like this one, I don't want any pocket, I'm okay with that. This one, I want to have pockets like so. And then this one is also not opened, but I am deciding that these will be side, 2 pockets on the side. So all you have to do is trim the absolute edge of your envelope. You could use a paper trimmer as well, but, and there you go. Oops, And I should have used my paper trimmer. It's okay. There. Okay. Let me throw this out. Perfect. So now for this one, I will have 2 pockets. And of course, I will make a tiny bit of noise and grab my semicircle and make notches on the edge of this, just to show that there's a pocket. Like this. Perfect. Love, love, love it. So far, we have the first part. Then we have the inside of this with 2 pockets. And then we have this with 2 side pockets. So maybe this next one, oh, this one already has pocket, but this one ripped. But don't worry, by the way, if that happens, I'm sure you already know how to fix this. I would probably, like, I don't know, put a piece of fabric, and then, I don't know, maybe another one like this, put a flower, a butterfly, whatever works to fix this little rip, and it wouldn't even show. So don't worry about it when there are rips in the flaps here. It happens. You could also glue it, but it would make your pocket a tiny bit smaller. But actually that doesn't bother me, so let me just fix that right away. Why not? And then later I will also just add a piece of, I don't know, it could be some, I don't know, maybe some cheesecloth here, and then I'll put like some sort of a ticket there, and you know, there's, oops, there's all kinds of ways to repair a little rip in the paper. So this one, and the first one we had with the 2 pockets, though the pockets were inside. These one, why not go like this? So, sorry for the camera. So you will open, and then whoop, pocket here, no pocket inside, and pocket on the back, like so. And then the next one, this one is not open anywhere. It's perfectly glued. Why not cut the top part and make little notches like so. Oh, there we go. And this will be a space for us to put maybe tags. There we go. And then the last one doesn't open, and I'm okay with that. I just want it to be like that. I think we have enough pockets, because you know, don't forget, these all need to be filled. So it might seem like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 envelopes, right? Technically it's 12 pages. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yes, 12 pages, 24 sides. And then you add all the ephemera, all the stuff to fill this journal. Believe me, this thing will become very chunky very quickly. And as an example, I think I only used 6 envelopes here, 5 envelopes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this chunky little thing only had 5 envelopes, and look how big it is. And I didn't add that much. So with 6 and all the pockets we've created, well, needless to say, this will be a very chunky journal. So also, with the tab binding, you are also giving yourself an amazing opportunity to add whatever you want. So for example, let me see if I can find a nice piece of, ooh, okay, that was not planned, but I'm liking it. I had this that I printed some of my paper on. This vellum, I printed my papers. I don't know, this is one of my first collections, but this is just part of it. There's no images. And then I just picked this up, and I think this would be fabulous. Let me see if it would fit. I probably would have to trim the sides. Yes, because it would get out. Okay. Okay, now that's another project. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me trim this so it fits, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did trim it, but I also glued it with double-sided tape. Now, the tape shows a tiny bit, but I don't think it's a problem, at least not for me. And so now this is a pocket, a see-through pocket, and now you can put journaling paper in it. So what I did is I glued it with double-sided tape, and now I will use this. This is a stapleless stapler, and I like what it does. It kind of I don't know if the word would be solidifies, like it's just another safety measure to make sure that do you see this? Hold on. Yes, there you go. It's just for me another safety measure to make sure that the double-sided tape stays on, if you will. It just adds. And so like this. And not only that, I think it's really pretty. Ah, look at this. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I love it. So now, to go back to the first project, so we have our journal. And what I was trying to say is that because we're doing a tab binding, you have so many possibilities to add even more pages to this journal. Because when you do a tab binding, since everything holds by tab, let me get to that page, here goes. You can just add another page with tabs, and there you go. And it's so easy to open. It closes easily. There's never a problem. And there you go. So with this one, I could choose to do exactly what I showed you, or simply glue it like that. And then it's still a journaling space because you will add your journaling papers in it. And I think both options are beautiful. And if I glue it here and to make a flip with it, it would also be beautiful. In my case, I think I will glue it inside because I absolutely love it. But also, I find it difficult to glue these kinds of surfaces. And if I had glued my laminating sheet with the flowers on a piece of cardstock, then yes, I absolutely would be able to do a flip out this way because I would have cardstock. But these are two surfaces that are kind of hard to glue with glue. So I'm uncertain that if although, hold on, as I'm speaking, I'm realizing that I do have Tim Holtz tapes. And these will glue on anything. Well, okay, I've solved the issue. I will use the tapes for these. Okay, I will show quickly how to do the tab binding. For those of you who haven't seen my video, it's very easy peasy. So you have options. Or you can use already glued fabric tape as such. They're just like washi, except they're fabric. I have this one. And I have this one. I think today I'll use this one. And if you don't have this, which I did in the first time, especially in the video I showed you about doing a tab binding, all I did was I stamped on fabric and cut little pieces, totally uneven, just about the same size, however, but not even at all. Look at this. There you go. Super vintagey. Super awesome. So that was my way. The other way would have been to also just use fabric that you already have in the color scheme that you want, with the design on it that you want, and just cut little squares. So I stamped on mine because I wanted it, because I loved the idea of having numbers like such on my tabs. But for you, it could be flowers, it could be a fabric that already has a design that you adore, You use what you have, but I'm just showing you and telling you this because there's so many options, okay? So when you start a journal, first you have to make sure you know what order you want your journal to be and your pages, whether it's pages or in this case, envelopes. So remember we have envelopes, they're folded in half, and then we decided whether we wanted some of them to have pockets inside, some of them to become a pocket, you know, on the side by trimming the side. I could have also decided only one pocket and not trim this side of the pocket of the envelope. And some of them will have pockets on top to put tags. There's so many possibilities. And that's why I was so excited. I think it's awesome to play with these envelopes. So the trick is the first that you will glue. So I will glue my tabs just halfway and I will put 3. So some glue like this. I just, by the way, I go like this with my tab just because that way it spreads the glue evenly. So there's not like a big glue blotch showing through my fabric, okay? Because some fabric it really shows. And then I will choose, I don't know, oh, I like this one. So some glue here. And again, I will just smush it around like so. And it makes the glue a little more even all through your tab. And how about, ooh, this one I like. Okay. Okay, so now we have our first 3 tabs. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so this is the front of my journal. So we will turn it around. This is, I don't know if I back up if you'll be too far. No, I think it's fine. So this is the second that I want to put, right? I want to glue it like so. But first I have to put the future tabs. So I will put 2 tabs on this one. And they have to fit in between those 2, so it's easy. You go like this, put some glue, same as we did at first. But this time, I'll just align my tabs to be in the middle of the 3 first one that I put. So that once I put my journal together, these will go inside of these. I don't know if you can see clearly here. And now I'm going to choose another one. I like this. Oops. Like so. Spread the glue a tiny bit. Okay. So now we have 2 tabs on this one, 3 tabs on the other. So now remember, this is the top of your journal, right? Let me get closer maybe. So this is the top, this is the front of my journal. I put my 3 tabs. Then I moved this aside. I took the second part of my journal. It would be the same thing if it's just a page, but for that, just go see my other video, please, because it's going to be easier for you to understand, okay? So now I'm taking the second envelope. I put my 2 tabs. So now remember, we want this to be like that, right? So I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to flip it. I'm going to sit it, position it where it's supposed to be. And now we will glue the first 3 tabs, like so. That. Like that. You can smush it around like we did for the first part. Oops. And sometimes they will kind of rub together. It's okay. It's not an exact science. It's all part of the vintage look. And as you could see on my first journal, it just looks fabulous. The only thing I recommend, if you are using pieces of fabric like I am, whether they were already printed with a beautiful design or you stamped on them, the only thing is make sure they are dry, because once you add these and you fold and you're busy gluing somewhere else, these pages can get stuck together because of these. Okay, I find that this is not glued far enough. I'm just realizing there's too much space, so I'm just going to bring it a little further. I don't know if you noticed, but when I opened it, there was a lot of opening here. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm losing my words. Okay, so just make sure it's dry. So now we have 2 tabs, so that means that this one will need 3 tabs. Okay, so now I will need 3 tabs. So again, in the same position as my first 3 ones, so it's pretty easy. Glue right here. So 1 on top, 1 in the middle, like so, and 1 at the bottom, like so. Oops. It stuck to my finger, but not to the envelope. So, same thing as earlier, but so this is the following page, and this time, last time we glued the 3, so this time we need to glue those 2, like so. And this one. Now, of course, if you have the Tim Holtz fabric tape like this, you just cut a few pieces in advance, and like this, for example, right? And it's the same process, except you don't have to play with glue. But as you can see, I got issues with glue distribution. So now, as you can see, so this is our first page, and of course these are envelopes, so that's the inside of the envelope. This is the second page. These are the pockets. I will actually probably glue those right there. I think they're lovely, and they protect, like I said, the entrance of your pocket. And it could also be, I don't know, let me see, of course, because I'm looking for some, I'm not gonna find, well, I have gray one, but that's not the good example. I don't want gray. But it could be lace that you put on, you know, there's all kinds of things you could do, you know that. Okay, so, and that, oops, yeah, I will glue them. I was just wanting to show you, but I will glue them. And this is the third envelope we have just now glued. And now we are left with 3, because the next one will have 2, and it's exactly the way I've done it. It's as easy as this. There's nothing complicated, and it is so much fun. Now I could keep going, but I've already made a video about how to do this, exactly this, so I don't really want to have to, you know, show you again, because I know the video is there, and it's very simple, and I do the whole thing with you. So if you want, I will link the video. This was really about making use of envelopes you may have. Now, because we are doing the tab binding, like I said previously, if this envelope was this high, let's say, it would still work. If this envelope was a tiny bit wider, it could work, but you could also trim it. If it was a little smaller, it doesn't matter. As long as you have enough space to put 2 or 3 tabs, you're good. You're good. You just choose where you're going to put it, and that's it. That's all the things you need to do. So right now I would be putting 2 tabs, and I would keep going until I'm done. Now, if I wanted to add, let's say on, why not right at the beginning? Since the beginner, the first page, if you will, doesn't have anything special. There's no pockets to it, right? So these tabs, don't worry, of course, they won't appear because they'll be glued to the other pages. But let's say I want to add something here, then I would just go ahead, and it's the same deal as for the rest of this journal. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces like so. Actually, I'm going to cut 4 pieces, and I want it glued here, so I will take this. Whoops. Okay, perfect. So I will glue it, I think, this way. So I will put some tape here. Yeah, because the ones that I'm using with the glue, I'm not sure glue would stick very well to the laminating pouch. And we all know how this paper that I forget the name because I want to say it. Vellum. Vellum does not like any kinds of liquid glue included. But now I'm kind of avoiding the whole thing with these. So I will tape this down like so. Perfect. And then I will glue it on the other side as well. Now, of course, I will finish this journal because I think this idea is so adorable. I love it. Tabs look cute no matter which one you use. I have a bunch of fabrics that I love the design. One has poppies. Oh my goodness, is it ever beautiful. I think it would make beautiful tabs. I could have easily used that. There you go. And now we have just added this. Okay, this I knew would be a problem. It wasn't glued the right spot, but that's okay. The beauty with these is you can unglue them. Maybe not after a month that it's been there, but because I just put it, I can actually unglue it. I kind of knew that this was a little too close, so I will redo this real quick. Easy peasy, not a big deal. Okay. Oops. It would have been easier if the tape had not glued to itself. Okay. Like so. And again, it glued to itself. Hold on. It's okay. We can fix everything. There. I just didn't leave myself enough space here, if you will, to bend. That's all. That's not a problem. There we go. Beautiful. There. Now it folds a lot easier. It wouldn't fold easily earlier. So there you go. So now you have this beautiful flap. And we would keep going with gluing the other ones. And so on. And there you go. And then you would have your beautiful journal. You can add multiple flaps on either side. I added it on this side. It could be on this one. You could be on both. I am telling you, when I discovered how to do tab binding, I don't know how I'm ever going back to sewn in signatures. I'm not kidding. I fell completely in love with this type of binding, and I don't think I'm going back anytime soon. So this is it, my friends. This is the idea I had. I'm very excited about these envelopes, and the beauty is, as I have a lot more envelopes laying around, and I think I will give it a go with smaller ones, bigger ones. I mean, it's so easy. You just trim them and you have instant pockets. It's amazing. It's really something else. I mean, instant pockets. If I trim here, pockets here. If I trim on top, pockets there. it's beautiful, and I love the thickness. It offers all kinds of journaling space. It's just amazing. I am in love with this idea. I hope you loved it as well. And I want to say again, thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who purchased my papers on Etsy. Oh my goodness, you are making me so happy. Thank you so very much. And thank you so much for every one of you who comment on my videos. I'm grateful for those of you who comment on Facebook, but I would really appreciate if you could comment on YouTube, because that's where my channel gets noticed even more. But anywhere you comment, whether it's an email at the purringcatstudio@gmail.com, or if it's on my YouTube channel, or Etsy, or anywhere, I always appreciate it anyway, because you took time to do so. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have learned something. I hope it inspired you to dig out all these envelopes laying around and create your own little beauty. Thank you for watching. I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. And I say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.